Grand Rising, beautiful ones, and welcome to Beauty.of.Duality Intuitive Card Readings, where we get you more in tune with your higher self. That way your higher self can direct and or redirect the energy of your ego to best serve you in the most prosperous, abundant, and wellness way. I am going to check your energy. Dear Divine Mother and Divine Father, please guide this reading for the collective to get us further and closer to our desired outcome, and allow us to receive the messages that we need to hear in this moment. Thank you. Archangels, brothers, wise, spirits of the spirit realm, the guardians of the four corners, our ancestors, archangels, guide this reading. Guide this reading. What is the energy? Right off the bat. Okay. At the crown chakra, I am present. And family. Ooh, family in reverse. Family in reverse. Okay, so we're going to keep those two cards. So right off the bat, that's telling me that you're present in your own energy. You have the crown chakra, and then you have the base chakra. In your base chakra, it's family, but it's in reverse. So some of y'all are having probably issues or difficulties expressing yourself to your family previously, but now you're standing in your I am presence, and you're coming into a new knowing of self, right? Let me see this card. It's probably about 3 people in the family dynamic, and it could be extended family, like, you know, your significant other, family, job family, community family. You're just not going to take the disrespect, and you're no longer adapting to the sense of belonging. Ooh. Yeah, hold on. The sense of belonging. You're learning to accept yourself in totality, and you're just not going to beg to belong, right? Because the people in this dynamic caused you to deplete your personal power, right? This came in reverse. Caused you to deplete your personal power. Okay? When you started in this dynamic, you knew who you were. You felt like you knew who you were, but then you have to understand the power of manipulation. The mind only appears as strong as the holder. So if your self-worth is not strong, then your mind won't be strong enough to void off or ward off energies that come in and try to manipulate your moves, your character, your belief systems, all of those things that you hold dear that make up the unique energy and presence that is you. You know, these people try to infiltrate. You know, try to infiltrate. And we have to stand in our power, because in these day and ages, people, the world is, I don't know what timeline we're in, but it's just a timeline that we all need to stay grounded and understand ourselves more, regardless of what is being said around you. You know, what is being, well, if you see something, say something, but you don't have any control of other people's actions. The way you are is the way you are. You show up, regardless if they show up one way, you show up in a way that protects you, that supports you, that motivates you, that uplifts you. Okay? You don't need no other extra energies around you that ain't gonna come and do what God herself and himself would do for you, right? You said you still have optimism. that this connection may work out, or they either have optimism about this connection working out. But I think this is you. You're tapping into your God consciousness. You're coming from behind the mask. You're setting your intentions to be a greater version of you in the coming up years. You're not allowing a family dynamic to keep you small, to keep you doubting, self-loathing. We're not doing that anymore, because we are in the I am presence, right? We're in I am presence now. See, you haven't lost anything. In fact, you're gaining. You're gaining more now that you're stepping into your wellness, your abundant, your I am presence, your crown chakra. You're tapping into the family that makes up you, right? The ones that you align with, you know. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. All blood folk ain't kinfolk either, right? These people brought a lot of deception in your energy, right? They could, it could have been events that didn't play out the way you expected them to. It seems like this dynamic, you thought that, a lot of things were going to be planned, a lot of things were going to come into fruition. And it was a lot of competition, a lot of he say, she say, a lot of childish activities. Like, no one is mature enough to talk their issues out in fear of what may be said, right? And then you have others that just don't want to talk about it because they don't want to talk about it. They want to keep you in the villain mode. They want to keep you small. They want to keep telling themselves that they're not the problem, all right? And these energies can be interchangeable, because some of the collective, y'all might be the problem. Excuse me. That was confirmation that is not true. Some of y'all might be coming up on some traveling. Cars keep falling on the ground. Y'all may coming up for some traveling, or you're traveling around outside of this circle. You're making moves. You're opening up new doors. You're tapping into new events, new circles, new pathways. You're creating new neural pathways in your mind by releasing this energy, right? And you've held on to this energy for so long. Let's see. What's the number, infinite? Some of y'all have been in this energy too for, 9 years, 7 years. The last year you've been like in with yourself, and you have gotten your thoughts together, your energy together, your emotions. You've learned how to regulate your emotions through this situation. Maybe some of y'all were like hotheads back in the fire. I see fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and what else is the Gemini? Aquarius. I'm so sorry. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, y'all just, you allowed yourself to stay away from it, but y'all been going through it for some years now. These people excluded you. See, friends and colleagues keep coming up in reverse when it comes to multiple people in this reading. So I'm taking that multiple people or have been against you, and these are the multiple people that pretended to be for you, and then you slowly found out that they were not for you. And when you sit back and observe everything that you came across, because you're experiencing things too. People always want to say, don't be talking about folks. I'm not supposed to talk about my experiences. Child, please. If you're in my energy, unless it's something that you confide in me and be like, I don't want anybody else to know. Other than that, baby, I'm going to share my experiences. So the experiences that you have with these people. You know, they might have started, you know, got upset because you were observing some things that was done, said, and you just sat back and watch it all unfold. So you're winning. You're winning. Let's get us a close out this reading. What's the final message for the collective, Infinite? Thank you. Thank you, Source. What's the final? Yeah, you've gotten your power back. Too many cards. One card, please, Infinite. Thank you, Spirit. You've gotten your power back. You're stepping up. A lot of great things are happening from this reading because you chose yourself. You chose yourself in the midst of everything. You saw yourself, and the power that they had over you is decreasing. It's a cycle. The cycle's closing. They no longer have power over you. You have called your power back. You have called your power back. No more stuck energy. You have called your power back, baby. They thought they could get you and pollute your sacred temple. Some people are selling themselves. Like some of these people in this group slept their way to the top. They gave their sacred temple away, right? They gave their spirit away just for, you know, some coins. Sometimes, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I don't know. But it didn't seem like it worked out in their best interest, right? So you're taking back your power. And I guess that's the final message, because I don't feel anything. Oh, this one. You shattered the status quo. You shattered the status quo. You have new beginnings coming in. And you're discovering. And then it came out, you're discovering new things, but they're discovering that you're moving forward without them. Okay? You're making things happen without them. I hope this reading helped. Please subscribe and follow. Also, follow me on TikTok, Beauty of Duality, intuitive card readings, and I will see y'all soon. Toodles!